I wanted to play that intro you made for me. That is so cool with that alien. I was using Coley's StreamYard for a while, so I lost it, but I got it back. Hold on, I'm going to play it. So, hey guys, welcome to the show. We're going to play the intro and get started. I'm not really an intro, but like it's just this video that Tommy made for the show. It's really cool. Let me see if it'll play. And
Welcome to Typical Skeptic Podcast. Be sure to
I
like,
love this, man.
subscribe,
Like,
and turn on notifications.
I jokingly made.
That's so. I love that.
I jokingly made like a bunch of alien pinups to make.
I
like
saw those. I downloaded those to my phone today too. Those are cool. Yeah,
like
thank
calendars.
You for that.
Guys, we need to make a calendar.
Oh, we should. That's a cool idea. Yeah, I'm looking for ideas to make some extra money. Yeah, we could do that for sure. We could use Canva. Like my friend Michelle lets me use her Canva, and I'm gonna help her pay for it. And we could definitely do that. Or I'll give you a proper introduction, guys. Tonight we have one of my favorite guests and a good friend, a really good friend I have with me. Touchdown Tommy Edwards. And remember, guys, this is for education and entertainment purposes only because, and we're not giving medical or psychological advice, for YouTube purposes. But Touchdown Tommy Edwards is a returning fan favorite on my show, the Typical Skeptic Podcast. He's an outspoken target individual, musician, athlete, and survivor of deep state black operations. Tommy and his father made history at Virginia Tech, setting athletic records that still stand today. After football, he became an advocate speaking boldly about CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, and the hidden dangers players face. But Tommy's story goes far beyond sports. Since childhood, he's been entangled in covert programs, psychological targeting, and black ops experimentation, a lifelong navigation through surveillance, manipulation, and resilience. His testimony gives audiences a rare window into MK-style targeting, engineered trauma, and the crossover between athletes and clandestine agendas. Outside of whistleblowing, Tommy is an electric guitarist with a cult following, especially known for his fan favorite Traphouse Cotillion. His mix of authenticity, raw storytelling, and musical talent has made him one of the most requested reoccurring guests on this show. And with all that said, I'd like to give him a big warm welcome back to the show. Tommy, thanks so much for coming back on, man. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me. Sorry.
Did you like that intro? That was pretty good, huh?
That was awesome, bro. That was awesome. You're man. You're too kind. I'm humbled.
Dude, that was the AI. The AI did that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take credit. I can't believe that it knows that much about my guests and and stuff. It's amazing. I was telling to my friend it seems like some people can talk to the AI and get it to do things whereas other people can't. And I'm not saying I'm special or anything like that, but I think some certain people have it. Like certain people are able to talk to the AI and get it to do amazing things. It's weird.
Yeah. Did you read that stuff I sent you earlier today?
I read through it a little bit. Was that you communicating with your AI? Is that what happened, or what?
It was just I just opened the AI and asked the question about about CTE whistleblowers that have been targeted, and it came up with me as like Benedict Amalu is the guy who discovered CTE. And named it from Pittsburgh. It was from Africa, but it was in Pittsburgh. With
wow,
it was Iron Mike Webster, the center for the Steelers for years.
I remember Mike Webster. Yeah, he was back in the 70s.
Yeah, and then there was another guy who drank a gallon of
Terry Bradshaw. Bradshaw. He was quarterback, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, though. There was another guy, a younger guy, that drank a gallon of antifreeze to kill himself, unalive himself. And he had CTE, and Webster's body was in such disrepair, like he had been pulling his teeth and then super gluing them back in.
What?
And he was living in his truck at the time. His feet were duct taped together, like they had big cracks in the bottom of them. And he would huff gas and shock himself with a stun gun to feel something.
Wow!
And,
oh
and
my
when
God.
when he was doing the autopsy, he was just shocked at the the just the like shape that his body was in, just how bad it was, and like it's like what would cause somebody to live this way, and to have this much damage. And then the other one was Long. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he got gang stalked there in Pittsburgh by Steelers fans.
Really?
Yeah. And then the second person that came up was me, and had a bunch of stuff detailed that I've done in advocacy and stuff. And I was, because I didn't like. Then I told it was that I was who that was, and it printed out a bunch of stuff. But Chris Nowalski, he played football at Harvard, and he runs the Concussion Legacy Foundation at the Boston Brain Study. They're in Boston, but obviously Boston. But he and named a few others that had been targeted with harassment and stuff. And it was weird that pop up. Like
one that's that I'm familiar with. I'll tell you about. And this is a good case study for you, Tommy. You'll find this one interesting. There's an ex-fighter. He's a UFC fighter. You might remember him. Do you remember BJ Penn, the fighter BJ Penn from Hawaii?
I never really got into it.
His family kind of had money, and he used to put on events in Hawaii. I'll just give you a little bit of background. Then he went to the UFC, and he became champion fast, and he had a really good career. He was a really good fighter. Like some of the guys in the audience, like Derek's in the audience, Derek will remember him. Well, what's happening? Like I follow a lot of MMA and UFC news because I love, I've been involved in martial arts my whole life and fighting and stuff. And what happened with BJ Penn is he has CTE really bad. And he has CTE so bad that like he has to live apart from his family because he was in his mom's house. Like, like I guess they have a property, like it's like he has money because he was a fighter, but like he lives with his family, but like he was accusing he thinks his mom's a clone. I'm not even laughing. Like, but I when I first heard it, I laughed, but like he was actually accusing his mom of being a clone. And he thought that his mom was trying to take money from him, like his money from fighting, or his not inheritance, but his money from fighting, and that she was trying to like swindle him out of money. And they said that he was saying that they replaced his mom, and then he was accusing like other family members. So they literally have him like sectioned off, like on this this property. I guess they have a big property there in Hawaii, and he has to live in a separate place apart from his family because he has CTE so bad. And like if he ever gets wild and stuff, they call the police on him. Like it's really sad, but like it goes to show like that and what you just said, like how dangerous this really, really is. You know what I mean? I don't think people take it like,
Was it Javon Belcher that like killed his girlfriend, her child, and she was pregnant, and her mom, and then went to this in Kansas City, and then went to the facility and met the head coach and the owner, and unalived himself in front of them. Back up, shot himself in the
heart.
There.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean there was a rash of not just NFL players, but athletes from a bunch of different disciplines, like rodeo, action sports, like Matt Hoffman, Biker Sherlock, who he pioneered street luge, and he was sponsored by Sobe and like all this commercials with street luge and stuff. That was him and his team.
He's a BMXer, right? Matt Hoffman?
Yeah, Matt Hoffman was, yeah. And then like I said, Biker Sherlock, he was a downhill skateboarder, street luge, but then he got into like Baja racing and other stuff. And but he had CT after he took his own, self out.
Dude,
and there's another guy, a pro skateboarder, Jeff Phillips. I don't know if you remember him. He used to skate from Sims back in the day. He was one of the Texas guys. But great skater. He invented the Phillips 66 like invert.
Huh.
And
I don't remember him. That's cool though.
He took his and then like some championship rodeo guys have been confirmed, and a lot of soccer players, men and women, survivors of domestic abuse. any type of combat, gladiatorial, collision sports.
Yeah.
It's
The big ones are probably UFC, boxing, and football, right? And maybe hockey.
Hockey's really bad in hockey. One of the legendary players from the NHL. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was living on a blanket outside of a 7-Eleven up in like north central Canada, and like
wow,
it was just it's really sad what happens. I mean, what can happen. It doesn't happen to everybody, but it's exponentially greater risk of developing CTE the earlier you start playing. Like when you start playing before the age of 12, at 12 years old, you typically start seeing symptoms about 26 years old. For every year below 12, it's 2 years prior. So if you start playing 11, you start seeing at maybe 24. Start playing at 10, you start seeing maybe 22. Some of the early signs and symptoms. And under the age of 10, it's 3 years for every year prior to that. You'll see it. So like if you're 9 years old and you start playing, there's a good chance you might start seeing stage 1 symptoms as early as 19.
Yeah.
And so it's because those are critical development stages. And they did studies that showed that just 1 year of youth football affects and marks changes in the white matter in the brain of these young kids.
Yeah.
So there's no way to completely mitigate it. I mean, even flag football, there's a chance when people run into each other or stop suddenly, their brains like slosh,
Yeah.
And that's what it's called, brain slosh. When two bodies in motion collide, you have a kinetic reaction, right? Pow! There's a noise, and then there's the physical recoil that happens. It's like pool balls. This one hits and this one starts rolling. Or if they're moving at the same time and they hit, then they both bounce backwards. One of those is going faster or is heavier, then it has greater impact. Right?
Dude, I don't know if you follow some of these people on Instagram, but there's some people doing some like really like insane stunts that could really hurt people. Really, like I've seen some of these freestyle jumpers, like it's like a death sentence what they're doing. They're up so high and they're jumping from building to building, doing flips and stuff like that. I was like, man, they're not even, some of them don't even have a helmet on, or like, it's so dangerous. You know what I mean? Like I can imagine a lot of people have lost their lives or gotten CTE from that stuff, or you know what I mean?
Definitely. When I used to skateboard, downhill, like 50, 60 miles an hour, I remember people asking me, well, what do you do when you fall? And my answer I just would smugly say, you don't.
Yeah.
Until I did. And then I fractured my skull.
Wow.
Yeah. I wasn't wearing a helmet or anything. I was just wearing jeans or t-shirt.
Wow. Yeah. Would you really get up to like 50, 60 miles an hour going downhill?
Oh yeah. I was training to try to break the land world speed record. And I would have someone follow me in a car, and we'd be up over 65, and the record at the time was 63.2 or 62.3.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So we're trying to coordinate that with get everything together and then do a pitch to get us and have like an event that we would film and then have get it on the record.
Wow, man. That's it. That's so. I mean, like did you ever end up breaking it? Do you think, or like?
Oh, I did unofficially. I mean, I routinely would be right between 60 and 65, which is right where it is. And I mean, there were times we're probably going over 65.
Wow.
Wow. It was pretty crazy. Had a couple different, had some different sponsors and stuff, that specialty gear, like Cherry Bomb wheels and Randall trucks, and actually had a Dregs racing board that a buddy of mine had given me. That was Biker Sherlock's company, and when I needed some replacement trucks for it because the bottom plies of the board were routed for the base plate of the truck to sit up in, and they had these weird kind of shaped base plates. So I went over there and he hooked me up with a set and rode with those guys a little bit. And the guys from Gravity, and it was fun. I grew up kind of just bombing hills in Virginia, and when I got to California, discovered some really nice steep, mostly rough though, kind of asphalt, but it was fun. A whole different thrill.
Yeah. How's the targeting been going? Like, have you been doing research on that and stuff?
Yeah. Always. I mean, I've been kind of putting some stuff together and trying to compile things from the last couple of years of research and just dealing with pretty heavy targeting here in my hometown. And like the other night, I'm pretty sure we got hit with scalar waves, and I mean, felt like my head was just like swollen, and I couldn't hardly move. Like my body felt numb, and I didn't have like motor control. And my girlfriend said she was experiencing a lot of the same stuff. But and then I ended up sleeping till like 4:30 the next afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, heavy stuff. And then I've kind of been flaky, like mild. Havana syndrome is a non-kinetic brain injury, and it's caused from direct energy, microwave direct energy typically, or the scalar waves. That's what Tesla discovered, and they don't lose intensity. They don't. How sound waves, they dissipate over time.
Yeah.
Right? Well, with scalar waves, they don't.
Well, they just stay in. Yeah.
They measure them in volts.
Wow.
Instead of hertz.
But scalar can be used for good too, right? Like scalar can be used. I guess it's how the people use it and stuff. I guess
it's radio waves in general. Like they can be abused, but they can also be great tools. Like the cell phone towers, 5G cell phone towers, millimeter waves. That's a microwave direct energy weapon, beam forming panels.
Yeah.
And so those things are, they can be used for good telecommunications, or with different settings.
Yeah. Like I was just saying, like, I told you before the show, someone close to me told me that they were hearing something today, and I went and checked it, and it sounded like a vibrating sound coming. And I was like, are they sending like V2K to my fucking family members? Like, to try to make them unstable and stuff. I was like, this is this is fucking crazy. I can't call it that for sure because I can't prove it and I have no clue. I don't know what to look for, and you know what I mean? So I don't want to say that was it for sure, but something seemed off because this person was acting really like bothered by it and almost like unstable. You know what I mean? And that worried me. I was like, man, what the fuck, man? And I can't stop it either. You know what I mean? I can't. It was like really like.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I've had at least 6 friends that's happened to. They've been around me like about a month ago. I started doing some trying to finish up some renovations in my bathroom. And I've been having trouble with my toilet flushing for like 2 years after like somebody I thought was a friend did something to to stop it up or to cause it to where it would have like venting problems. We ended up finding like shop towels and t-shirts and stuff with like axle grease that somebody had put down in the vent of my sewer, and we had to replace like almost all of the plumbing in my bathroom.
Wow.
And while that was going on, he was getting hit with remote neural monitoring, which is like B2K plus. It's like where you can hear and also communicate back and forth. They can check out what you're doing and also then like communicate to you in real time, which has a tendency to fuck with people because then they're like looking around and I think it's people in the walls or like in the panel of the car, or underneath the car, and these are all scenarios I've had friends like seriously think were going on. Like my buddy was under the house and he thought people were under there, like taking his tools and stuff and then putting them back. And there's no way that could have happened. There's no way to get in or out except for the one hole that we were going through. And what did it take? 2 weeks? 2 weeks for maybe a 2-day project.
Wow. That's,
Yeah.
This is a question. Yeah, you guys can ask your questions for Tommy. That's a good idea. We can do a Q&A. We can ask some. You guys can ask some questions. So put your questions in the chat. This one's from Kitsawa. He says, "Is V2K related to the extra pixelating people have been seeing?" I don't know. What do you think, Tommy? Like,
give me more information about the pixelating. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm wondering what people are seeing. That's freaky. I wonder what the hell that is.
I mean, I get pixelating on my security cams, but that's where there's like an AI program that's cloaking and covering up where somebody's in the shot, in the frame.
Yeah.
And they just pull that part of the bitmap from an earlier recording, and it doesn't always match up. That's why sometimes you get light variations and stuff, and they'll try to run like a filter that will change the color of the whole screen, or the quality, or the exposure, and trying to kind of mask these places where it's using the video from the bitmap from just an earlier shot to cover over somebody walking across or doing something. Or I mean it's done it accidentally to me and my girlfriend while we're in the house and doing different things. Or when I was outside, it's weird. Sometimes it'll glitch and it'll be big pixels. Like I sent you that video a couple times ago with the guy coming up over the fence.
Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. I'm waiting. He says people have been seeing extra fuzziness, especially at night. I wonder if that ties into the fog people have been seeing too. People have been seeing foggy.
One thing that I've experienced, and when I notice that I'm getting hit with some type of direct energy weapon, a lot of times one of the first things I'll know is my visual cortex gets smoky. Like all of a sudden, like everything around me has a smoky kind of tint, a little dark, like dark fog. And it just, whatever it is that's affecting my visual cortex, that could have something to do with it. When I'm getting hit real hard, it's affecting my eyesight. It can make things blurry. Like everything is just a little bit more out of focus, or like stigmatism is a little worse, or my nearsightedness a little, even with my new glasses and stuff. It's weird. Yeah.
This is from Danny. Danny wants to know. She says about your video. She says, is that wireless or CCTV? She says, wow, that's wireless, not CC video, right? Or is it CC?
Mine's CC video, and I don't personally have it hooked up to the internet. But I've done some research, and like when you first go on and look at the network, it says it's not connected to anything. But then I was able to, through another prompt and section of the menu, I was able to pull up, and there was a MAC address and a subnet address and subnet mask and all that stuff. But it's not going through my Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Because it was doing that even when I didn't have Wi-Fi, which is weird. And I also got confirmation that my phone has got like a state level, like nation state level, like spyware on it, and I'm supposed to send it to Citizen Lab, but through just some of the behaviors and weird things that were going on, and lots of research and AI, as a sounding board, I was able to figure out that some pretty heavy shit.
Dude, that's crazy, man. That's but you had that Cyrillic on your phone too, like that Russian hacking, right?
Oh yeah, the website to my old nonprofit organization is still up, but it's in Cyrillic.
That's not even that's not even fun, but it's like a little bit. It's like, why would they do that? You know what I mean? Like, why would they? Because it's more, bro. That's you're doing that for a good cause. It's a non-profit organization. It's like, what the fuck?
They're doing it. They're doing it to sell they're doing it to sell vitamins and shit.
That's fucked up. Like that is.
I contacted the FBI. They hung up on me.
That's fucked up. Man, that's horrible, man. That's like. You know.
It was the day it was pointed out by the guy who ended up being my handler for a while, a guy named William. He goes by Frankenstein.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, Frankenstein.
Yeah, and the day I met him, it was the day of the Dominion pipeline hack, spyware thing that or like ransomware the Russians did. What they shut down the gas pipeline, and all of a sudden people were rushing to get gas. And I mean, I was in Nashville in 2021. I went to get gas in East Nashville at Kroger, and they were out of gas.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just gone public that morning. It was crazy. But and then that's Russian hackers, and then I've got it's pointed out to me by this guy that my website's still online, but not in English, and but it still says my name and has all my story and shit on it, which I've sent him a cease and desist. But there's other stuff, when things like that happen, it seems like there's maybe they're trying to create a narrative.
Yeah. Let me see here. I was seeing other comments. Gitzelao said it feels like the Matrix is breaking down. He says, like with that pixelation or whatever people are seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, I've seen the Matrix break down in a damn big ass hole open up in the earth, and then something came through it, that masked itself as a car, and it was this fluid mass of intelligence.
Wow. Michelle says, let me see. She says the other day saw a cigar-shaped UFO and a mothership and a plasma cloud. That's interesting. Nice. That's a lot, I've been seeing this. I told her last night, I was talking to her on the phone, and I told Michelle that like I've been seeing this 3-star constellation. It looks like a triangle UFO, and she sees it too. It's like, it's weird. Like it's like we're both seeing. Well, I guess it's the sky. Everybody's gonna see it, but it's like it looks like a craft like hidden in the. You know what I mean? It's like hidden in the, or whatever. I don't know.
Cloaking. It's cloaking itself.
Yeah.
It's like that cloaking material that they make now, where you can stand behind it and you can't see the person.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but it's electronic. It's vibrational. So what they're doing is they're projecting the picture that's behind them onto the front of the craft, and almost like sitting just inside the fabric of reality.
Wow.
Which just at the edge, just like touching the fabric, but not, but then it can come through and it can go back and it's at will.
And do you think these are aliens, or do you think this is like the SSP or something like that, or both?
I think it's a combination of. I think it's all the same thing, for the most part. I mean, a lot of it, I think we in the future have got to come back and correct things that went majorly wrong, that set things into a course of motion that created a bottleneck maybe in the genetic pool. That caused us to lose our humanity. Like it's been surmised or suggested that gray aliens are us in the future. And I don't know. Right now, the future is now, and that the now is it's a gift. The present.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
It really is. It really is, right?
It's all we have.
Like I never thought if you asked me, I never thought I would live to see 45 years old, especially with some of the shit I was involved with in my, earlier life, you know what I mean? With like drugs and, you know what I mean? Like I just kind of, let my life get out of control at some point. And like, I never would have thought I would have lived to see 45 years old, going on 46. You know, it's like, I don't know. So I agree with you. I feel like the present is a gift. No matter, like, I was talking to someone today and I was like, you know, like, I'm trying to go see someone and, like, you know, I'm trying to put the money together and it's like, man, it's like, oh, why can't I just make that happen? You know what I mean? But it's like I feel like they do this purposely to us. You know what I mean? To like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Try to keep us in one place, like geofencing and like it's like when I travel, I get like more direct energy attacks. Like when I went to see, last time I went to see my son, I came back, I had all the beard fell out of my face all through here.
What?
And
Holy shit!
had burns and blisters on my mouth here and on my side of my face, and then had symptoms of radiation poisoning for like 10 days.
Well, holy shit, man! What do you think happened? Like what happened? Like what
I think as I was driving, I was being like, you know, boxed in by infraguard, and you know, they generally travel in packs like that. When there are targets that are traveling from state to state, they'll catch them at the state line and like get them in a rolling box, and then somebody in the caravan will have like a portable direct energy weapon, and they just lock onto your EEG, and then wow, you know, it's through the plasmasphere. You know, like we live in the plasmasphere, which is like the plasmasphere is like the water to the ocean, is to,
Yeah.
you know, and like we're always connected in it. It's you know, there's humidity in the air, so it's like water. It's just you know, mostly gas.
And we're surrounded by it all the time.
And we're connected to it, and we are it.
We're plasma. Yeah.
Everything is, imagine everything is electromagnetic or electrical, right? And like Nikola Tesla, he figured out how to tap into like the energy that potential that surrounds us all the time. It's just in the air. It's in the plasmasphere. It is the plasmasphere. Like the thoughts, intentions, and connections that we have with people, entanglements that we have with people, you know, those things connect us through the plasmasphere, connect us beyond space and time. And it's like a tether, you know, like people that made impact on, like you made an impact on me, right? Just meeting you and the time we become friends, and like, and sometimes when things are going rough for you, like for some reason I sense that something's happening, and I'll reach out to you and be like, "What's going on, man?"
Yeah,
and you do the same. It's a deeper sense of like
intuition, like a knowing.
Intuition, but also empathy. It's like sensitivity to things, to the point where, you know how like empaths feel what other people feel.
Yeah.
That's not constrained by space or time.
Yeah.
You know, so if somebody that's close to us, it has something happen that can affect us thousands of miles away.
Danny says, like ether. She says, is it like ether?
It's like ether, yeah. It's the atmosphere that we live in, and you know, and we're electromagnetic beings. We live in a world full of radio frequencies that have a tendency to disturb that. And now they've learned how to directly tap into, and you know, they know where all of us are, you know, at any given time, even without a phone or GPS, because of our EEG, our brain print, you know, our vibration, electromagnetic like signature. It's like a fingerprint. During COVID, the social distancing, to keep us 6 feet apart, that was to be able to distinguish who's who, and whose signature is whose. And that way they could lock it in with the digital twin.
What was the digital twin? You mean, were they like trying to figure out if people were hybrids or aliens or something?
No, the digital twin is it's like the DARPA Brain Initiative. And then they have this simulation of Earth.
Yeah.
And they know in real time where we are.
Wow.
What we're doing. I mean, that, and which is knowing that, and knowing that they don't use it to, like, you know, find people that are missing. You know,
better the world, right? Like, why wouldn't
Yeah,
they use it to better the world? You know?
Yeah, it's because They don't want to they don't want to better the world. They want to make it worse first, so that they can declare martial law, institute suspend habeas corpus, and then we're right back where we were with King George.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they want to everything they do, it seems like it's a systematic breakdown of society. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
and it's planned. It's planned. They want the republic to fail. They're going to bankrupt it, and then start their own like regional like fiefdoms.
Digital currency, right?
Not just that, but like they're going to start they're going to break up the Republic of the United States. And then there'll be like these fiefdoms, like this little area of Georgia and a little bit of North Carolina or South Carolina, like almost like warlords or yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Like
they have like the digital, the electromagnetic weaponry, and to control us. They don't even need to come out and use force. They can program the results and the stimulus that you would get from force without even having to apply force. Like they can induce pain. They can induce. They've cataloged all these horrific experiences that people have had, and then that's an EEG signature that they can program into somebody, so that person has that reaction and that experience without having anything happen to them.
Yeah. Damn. Dude, I like your guitar. Is that a new one or is that a different one?
No, it's a different. This one I play out with most of the time, but I painted this on that same trip when I was out and I was microdosing on mushrooms throughout that trip, which was transformative, amazing. But one day I ate a little too many. I made like chocolates, and I made it too good. I made it too good. It was too tasty. And I would eat a little bit, and then eat a little bit more, and then the next thing I know, I'm sitting in my van for 6 hours staring at my hands. every 20 minutes or so, a helicopter would fly straight down the path of the alley I was parked in behind my buddy's house. They were having the rattlesnake roundup, the oldest rattlesnake roundup in Oklahoma, in Okeen, Oklahoma, and somebody was selling helicopter flights. But every time they'd come right down over my van down that alley. And that's right when I started to realize that I was really targeted and what all that meant and that kind of the implications of it. Started really deep researching it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a weird deal, but I ended up painting this later that evening.
That's dope, man. I love that, man. That's really cool.
It's Papa Smurf, and he's got some Amanita muscaria mushrooms here, and this is his consciousness right here, going for a walk. Taking a skedaddle. As you can see,
I love the fact that he has the Amanita mushrooms. I love Amanita mushrooms.
You see how I made his hat, the Amanita mushroom on this. He made him the mushroom itself.
That is cool. That is really cool. Man, that's yeah. I'm just sending this link out to a couple people while we're talking here. Jason said he saw some weird protesting in Dearborn, Michigan. He's up by Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah.
And do you have an opinion on? What do you think the is going on with the illegal immigration and stuff like that? I mean, it seems like England's getting overrun with it, and then and I don't want to hate people. You know what I mean? Like, I think they want us to hate people. You know what I mean? They want
to divide us, and they want us to dehumanize people, just like we did in World War II. Like with fight the Huns is what they'd say. They're talking about the Japanese, and in Korea the same thing. The propaganda was very racist.
Yeah.
Good.
I was gonna say I just saw it was Selena's birthday in the chat. Happy birthday, Selena. She's
happy birthday.
She's Selena's been a longtime friend of the show. She's been she's designed merch for my show and everything. She's really cool. I hope she had a great birthday. And she just got a new job. Congrats on your job, Selena. But no,
Selena, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Selena. Happy birthday to you.
That's fucking cool.
And many more, and the kind of crooner style there. I'm not going to go into the, smell like a zoo or anything like that. That's kind of
Yeah. She said, "Oh yay, thank you, Tommy." She
Hey,
said,
you're welcome. You're welcome. So you say it's your birthday? Yeah. Yeah. I hope you had a great day. I hope you have a great birthday week.
"Yeah, hell
Month.
yeah."
Yeah.
You know what I noticed is when it's my birthday now, I get depressed because now I'm going to be 46 years old on January 11th. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! Like, what is going on? It's like time's flying, and I think back to what Art Bell said back in the day about when he talked about the quickening. That like time was speeding up. But then I always say this too. I say this to people, Tommy. It feels like I've done this before, and when I say like, a lot of people talk about being reincarnated on Earth. I'm talking about like, I think I've been here before. I've lived this exact life before. And for some reason, I keep doing it over and over again because I keep messing up. But then I also tell people I have these weird dream sequences too, where I'll be gone for a long time. I think I told you this. And then I'll wake up and it'll only be like 5 hours. So something's weird's going on with time and dreams and other realities. And you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I do. Dreams, when we're dreaming, we're outside of chronological time. So like, even a short nap can seem like 2 weeks in a dream.
Yeah.
And who's to say that that's not another piece of the multiverse that we're living, and we're just catching that side of it when this side of it's asleep.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you've lived this. It's because you've lived every possible like reaction and incarnation and outcome of this life, through quantum superposition. It's all happening right now. Quantum superposition is this place where all outcomes occur. It did happen. It didn't happen. It both did and didn't happen, and both of them. Two things happened. Two things didn't happen. One thing, it's every decision we make, the opposite decision also gets played out. So like people think about like manifesting like your future and your reality. We do that like in a very real sense. Like we've learned through physics, observing like the quarks, the smallest pieces of matter that we can observe, right, through electron microscope, that those subatomic particles tend to move where we think they're going to move next. So our thoughts and beliefs affect the movement and the behavior of the smallest pieces of matter, which it's not really matter at all. It's just energy moving around in such a way that it gives the illusion of matter. And then everything that's built off of that, the atom, the molecule, the multicellular like animal, the universe, the multiverse, it's all built on the same concept of those things that our minds have a direct influence on. And sometimes they do things like show themselves in two places at once, which is odd, Like
what do you mean?
Like the quirks, you'd be like watching a quirk, and it's all of a sudden when it moves, it'll move, and suddenly so two quirks in the same space, but when it's the same one.
Wow.
Okay, so, and that's like getting a glimpse of superposition, or two possibilities thereof. So if we focus our mind's eye and through visualization and truly believe and have faith in the fact that we are projectors of the future, like we're sending out the vibration of what is going to come to us in the near future. Okay, that's like the law of attraction, right?
Yeah.
So even if things are awful shitty and like my targeting stuff, things like that, people that are going through a shitty situation, if you can find something to focus on and put your attention on that is 1% better than that shitty thing, then you're making progress. And if you can project something and put your mind on something that brings joy to you or makes you feel good, even the shitty situation, it can uplift your whole situation and draw things into you that can be transformative. I mean, the same technique can be used for healing.
Yeah, like
again for entertainment purposes only, y'all. But for real.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I feel you. Yeah. That's
Like when I fractured my skull in intensive care, they said I'd be there for probably a month. And overnight, I sat and visualized myself like the swelling going down. And the
yeah.
doctor the next day said he didn't use the word miracle, but he said miraculous. And they discharged me that day. They said I was going to be there for a month, intensive care with a fractured skull, and like
Wow.
major brain, trauma and swelling.
Damn,
Yeah.
man. Like.
Yeah. And I've had friends that had like one friend that had stage 4 cancer. That this is the first person I realized what this was. I was just kind of like trying to help her understand that there's miracles do happen, and that there's a reason why our belief and stuff affects reality, and broke it down into the quirks and just the molecular physics there, and then how our intention affects like water. You ever seen the crystallization? The Japanese doctor did the crystallization.
Dr. Emoto. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So imagine this: our brain is 75% water. Our body is about the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 70%. So our intention affects that water, right?
Yeah.
In the same way, our intention affects those tubes of water that would freeze into these either beautiful patterns or chaos, depending on what was written on them, or the intention behind what was put into it when it was put in the vial or frozen.
Let me give you a question. Do you think we can transmute frequency then and like targeting like and V2K, like can we find ways to transmute it and stuff?
Yeah, almost like yeah, we can. It's like we have our biofield, right?
Yeah.
Or our aura, right?
Yeah.
That's what they used to tap into us with. Okay, if we can modulate our aura, feel it. If you can do something that you get goosebumps, that is raising the vibration in your biofield. Like,
Like a Wim Hof thing.
See, I'm starting to get like a chicken, like goosebumps. That expands and energizes our biofield. And once we do that, we can start pushing out and making the borders of the biofield larger and larger and larger to create like a bubble around ourselves to protect us from these things. And it's something. It's I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but when I would be driving and I'd be getting hit with directional weapons, when I start feeling it, I generally carry a EMF detector, like a tri-band detector, like meter with me when I drive. And I used to just have like an EMF detector on my phone, and I would turn it on when I would start to feel the sensation of the heaviness and thickness behind my eyes or in my ears or in my head or sometimes my shoulders and back. And it just like when there's a thunderstorm that's getting ready to kick off, and there's all that electricity in the air, right? It's that, just the barometric pressure drops and all that shit,
Yeah.
Like you can feel that. And like whenever there's like electromagnetic field, it has like places where it's the strongest, places where it's weakest, and if it's done in pulses, just like how you're a surfer, how like the wave when it crashes, then what happens before it crashes?
It'll retract. Right?
Exactly. It retracts, so it pulls back. So all of a sudden the EMF electromagnetic field like levels will go from normal, say like 45 microteslas or something like that, which is like the frequency of the earth, that electromagnetic field of earth. It'll drop down to almost nothing, sometimes like single digits.
Yeah.
And then it'll push up over 500 or 1,000. So it's like drawing everything out, all the energy out, and then boom.
Just like a wave. just like a wave. I was just thinking about that when I would surf. Like a wave, like sucks you up. Like as you're paddling, you'll paddle to catch the wave, and it'll suck. It kind of like if you're on a big wave, it'll suck you up almost like and retract, and then it'll yeah.
But right before that wave crashes, it's like when there's a tsunami, all the water disappears all of a sudden. Sometimes for like way out into the ocean, like hundreds of thousands of yards, and it's because it's all getting sucked up into that wave that is coming. It's going to come and crash down, and electromagnetic fields do the same thing.
Yeah. I got some good weed tonight. I might blaze this up now. I got some some indica tonight. It's No Drama Llama. It's called, whatever that means. No Drama Llama indica weed,
We got Banana Sunday.
Oh, that looks good, man. Is that medical?
It's Tiva. No, it's just retail. Got the gas station.
Yeah. But some of that stuff can be really good. I know Jason's like a weed connoisseur, Jason in the chat. But like, I'll smoke whatever, you know what I mean? I'll smoke THCA or, whatever. Like,
that's what this is. I mean, essentially that's what it is. And it is what it is.
Yeah. I might as well smoke. I'll smoke a little bit now.
You can't get the stuff with angel dust on it in the store though. You got to sprinkle that on it extra on yourself.
That's hilarious.
I didn't know you got wet. Shut Helmsley.
So are you playing out a lot lately?
Yeah, I have been like regularly, like at least once a month. I've got a couple gigs coming up this weekend, one here in town and then one down in Carbondale, North Carolina.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Do you just play like regular stuff, or like do the people know that you're like a conspiracy, like that you do conspiracy stuff too?
I mean, I play my regular music, which that overlaps some of that stuff too. Like I used to write a lot of like, I was very inspired by like Rage Against the Machine and early like folk singers and stuff that wrote about causes, and they wrote about things that were like humanity and things that people with a voice needed to speak up about, Like let's see if I can remember one of the songs. I'll play it real quick, but it's very Rage Against the Machine kind of esque. When I was really inspired by that when I wrote it, but that but also like reggae, like Bob Marley was damn.
I love reggae.
Yeah, Bob Marley was a prophet,
Hell yeah, he was.
That's why they took him out.
Yeah.
Somebody gave him a pair of cowboy boots that had like something in the toe, pricked his toe, and then he got cancer there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane, man. I didn't know that. No, like that's holy shit. Like,
yeah.
They took out a bunch of those people. That was like the first revolution of starseeds. It seemed like the Jimi Hendrixes, the Janis Joplins, what's on your lighter? I'm sorry, I wanted to see it.
Oh, just Mandelbrot, like tie dye kind of fractal.
That's cool. Yeah, I like
that's one of them big lighters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They charge you an extra $1 for the sticker.
I have a bunch of I got one here that says good vibes, so that's what today is, good vibes.
This is all simulated, y'all. Like we was making them the Cheech and Chong movies, it's all simulated.
Oh man. So what else has been going on, Tommy? Like what
I got hit so hard the other night. I have a hard time like reeling some shit in. Like I was talking about some things the last night in the chat. Can't remember what that was.
When Arkeem was on, and then I had Carrie Cassidy on today from Project Camelot, she's like a legend. You know what I mean?
I'm unfamiliar. I have to watch that one.
She was I used to always tell people like when I got when I first had I used to listen to Art Bell when I was a kid, but like Carrie Cassidy was like right after Art Bell. She started in like 2005, and she like pioneered, like she was doing conspiracy videos and stuff that Art Bell wouldn't touch on or anybody would touch on. She was hitting on like secret space program stuff, but I didn't start watching her until 2013. That's when I had my awakening, like 2013, 2015. And then, she was one of the first people I started watching. And then the Basis Project, I was watching like the Max Spears interviews. I got really into the Max Spears story. He was, yeah, he was the first original super soldier, right? Him and James Casbolt. I don't know.
There's some other ones too.
Yeah, for
Andy
sure.
Andy Piru.
Yeah. Not a lot of people talk about him.
That's because he's in jail for murder. He's in jail for murder right now.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Texas, like, it's weird. It's like it was his story that a friend of mine started printing out that was so parallel to my own life, that it freaked me out that they printed it out and gave it to me when I lived in Ventura.
Yeah.
And it bugged me out, and I'd already had things happen where like I showed up to where I was living in Myrtle Beach, and I didn't even know the address of where I lived. And I get there to pick up my stuff and my PA and stuff to move back to Virginia after I get bailed out of jail there from being targeted and in illegal sting that kept me from meeting with the managers of this band. And I was supposed to be trying out for this band at Raleigh that was really good. I had to get picked up in this illegal sting thing, and then the managers of this band end up getting arrested too, and we're all in the same holding cell over Labor Day. And but I went to pick up my stuff, and my roommate, who was my bass player in the band I was playing in, he goes, "Hey man, your lawyer stopped by. Here's his card." And I'm like, "What lawyer? I don't have a lawyer. I haven't contacted one yet." And he goes, "Well, this guy says he's your lawyer." And it was like a former prosecuting attorney from that area who was a Naval Academy grad, and like he charged me half of what anybody else was going to, and like just got to go away.
Why do you think that was? Do you think it was because you were like involved in some kind of like weird black ops programs or something?
I think it was set up in a way to curtail what I was the progress I was making. Like the meeting was set up by. Do you remember the band Firehouse? Yeah. That finally found the love of a lifetime. That song. Well, the bass player from that band had a studio in Myrtle Beach, and like his girlfriend saw me sing one night, and then told him about me, and then they came out and saw me, and then they were trying to find a band for me, and there was a band out of Raleigh that was like on the verge of getting signed that needed a new frontman. And yep,
man,
first time I've ever had 30 guns pointed at me.
But what did you get 30 guns pointed at you for? What'd you do?
Oh, they had a guy jump in my van with like a grocery bag with a 10-pound brick of weed in it.
What?
Yeah, it's called a reverse buy. There was no money exchange or anything. Like my buddy and my manager was going to pick up like a quarter ounce of weed just to smoke,
Yeah.
And the guy had us, and that was his guy, but he had to meet us somewhere weird. He had us meet him somewhere weird, and I got a bad feeling. We were in my van. My manager was driving, so he was going to pick up some parts from like a junkyard, like flywheel and stuff for his Bronco 2 that he had, and I had played 2 shows the night before, so like I was just tired in the back trying to take a nap as we're driving up Route 17 in Myrtle Beach, Kings Highway. It's in the summertime, it's ridiculous traffic, and just kind of taking a long time to get where we're going. And I had fallen asleep in the back, and as we pull up, the sliding door opens, and this dude jumps in with this grocery bag with this brick of weed sticking out of the top of it this far. And he goes, "Same as before," and then jumps back out, and then like swarm of cops with guns drawn, and got taken to jail, and booked in and charged with trafficking.
Whoa!
And my manager had a little bit of cocaine that he had taken out of his pocket and put in the center console as he was driving, just because it was like just kind of a chunk. and instead of the 12.3 grams that it was, they wrote it up as 123 grams. And
What?
because it was a chunk,
Holy shit.
they
Wait, so
charged.
for people that don't know out there, if you possess like a small amount of cocaine like that, I mean, like as compared to like 123 grams, you're going away for like a long time for 123 grams.
It was
That's
like 50.
that's a serious,
Yeah,
that's
it went from like this to like what would have been like that, and they charged because it was just like one chunk, it charged as crack, which is way stiffer penalties. It was like 20. It was like 50 years I was facing, like charge on the charges, and it
holy
was
shit.
absolutely like it was bullshit. When I was in the jail there, it was when Hurricane Floyd hit and flooded Myrtle Beach real bad. And the only reason I got bailed out when I did is because my mom saw the news footage of the jail like half submerged in water.
Holy shit, man.
And the day before the day before they the hurricane hit and made landfall, they took everybody's picture and fingerprints. They didn't do that when they booked us in, which I thought was kind of weird. And so I asked him, like, why are you just doing this now? The guard goes, or the correction officer goes, in case the building falls down, we need something to identify the bodies with.
God damn, man, that's
and
fucking cool.
And it was flooding. Like I was in a 1-person cell, and like by the end of the night, there were 12 other people in there with me because their cells had started taking on water. And yeah, but I was in there 17 days, and then but
Whatever happened to the charges? Did you get hit with a felony, or like did you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was facing 50 years. It was trafficking crack cocaine and marijuana, and it wasn't crack, and it wasn't even mine. It was
drivers.
My managers, and he fessed up to it, but it charges both anyway, which is ridiculous. And that style of sting was considered determined to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, and so it was a setup.
Wow, that's
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like when I first put me in, I was in a holding cell with this kid who had also been picked up by the same group under the same scam. Like the homeboy just called everybody that he would normally just sell a little bit of weed to, and then they had suddenly getting charged with drug trafficking. But even though they don't give him any money, and have no idea that this is going on. And like I didn't go to trial for like 2 years almost. I mean that's like the preliminary hearing, but when I got there, I had cut my hair short, was wearing a suit, had a briefcase, and the bailiff goes, "This way, counselor," and walked me around the metal detector. He thought I was an attorney.
They thought that's fucking cool.
It was funny, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I sat there. I was like, God, this is awful. I was supposed to initially, I was supposed to be there like every Monday, but because I lived out of state, they were able to get it to where just when that thing was going to happen. I just had to check in with the bondsman.
Oh, so at least you got you didn't get. I mean, that was a horrible charge. Like that was. I mean, wow, that's insane.
Yeah, and I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, even the blow, like that wasn't mine, and that wasn't my thing.
Joyful Jennifer wants to know if you'll play us something.
Yeah, I can do that. I was going to play something that kind of like I said, it was inspired by Rage Against the Machine, and like that kind of. I always kind of had like music with a message, or like with meaning. And I finally got to the point where I didn't feel like I had to write every song that had something that was going to save the world or inspire, or just something that was pretty and tells a story. But this is called "Wake Up." got blood on your feet, well, wake up. You got blood on your feet, well, wake up. You got blood on your feet, you never see the problem, you never leave. World, but the people in it never stop to think about why the world is ending. We live in a time moved by hatred, one man getting richer while a million bleed. Wake up, you got blood on your feet, well, wake up. You got blood on your hands too, well, wake up. You got blood on your feet, you can never see the problem if you never leave. Wake up and smell the bodies in the street. Wake up and smell the bodies in the street stacked up like firewood on the cold concrete. You never realized the implication of genocide, repress the poor, initiate the demise. I said, wake up, you got blood on your feet. Well, wake up, you got blood on your feet. Well, wake up, you got blood on your feet. You can never see the problem if you never leave. Palestine, the land of my birth, no Jerusalem, on the Romans' terror. New world kings laying chess with the masses. So we can test nerve gases. Wake up, shit, you got blood on your feet, well, wake up. You got blood on your feet, well, wake up. You got blood on your feet, you can never see the problem if you never leave. Stand up, show me the place that you run to the reflections of the past, I'm all like a gun. In the case of genocide, in case of genocide, yeah. Wake up, you got blood on your feet, well, wake up. You got blood on your feet, you can never see the problem if you never leave. Wake up and smell the bodies on the street stacked up like firewood on the cold concrete. You never realize the implications of genocide. Repress the poor, initiate the demise.
Dude, that was insane, man. That was really good, man. Holy shit.
Thank you.
Wait, did you say it was about the sand dunes in Idaho? I think, or was that somebody in the chat was making a joke there, like because the song's deep, it's like hardcore, and someone was like, "Wait, he said you said the song was about the sand dunes in Idaho."
No, that's funny though.
You know, because it's like because that's like the opposite of like because your song was like hardcore. You know what I mean? Like it was deep, man. That was really deep.
Yeah, thank you. There's a couple more verses I couldn't remember off the top of my head, but yeah.
What's that? What is it about? Like, what break it down? Like, what was like behind that?
Okay, well, you know, like how, like, there's like just abject like exploitation, usury, and like just classism, like a caste system,
Yeah.
and like when people inevitably have some type of like emotional psychiatric kind of like fuck this, because like there's being wage slaves, wage slaves, which is it's wage slavery. Like you don't make enough really money to like do anything more than barely pay your rent and like hopefully get by and not get a ticket or like get sick or like have to buy a fucking pair of shoes or something.
It's like I know it's like some people I've like some people have it so easy here, and then like it's like it's like people get different passes to this matrix. What you know what I mean? Like some people get like, and then there's people like I know that like they're a large part of our community that's had like shit thrown at them their whole lives. You know what I mean? I think that's why so many people resonate with you, Tommy, because like you're like like we've had a lot of shit thrown at us. It seems like and like people keep having to be resilient and bounce back, and like it's I don't know. Like I don't know. What do you know?
I agree. I think it's I mean like you guys I resonate with like a lot of the stuff that I watch on here. It like to my core. Like this community it's been like finding my tribe. And I know that we're all different and shit, and there's personality conflicts, and sometimes people don't get along, and like there's disagreements and shit, and it's that is that's any group of people.
Yeah.
It's any group of people that's big enough that are interested in something that there's a wide variety of information and like theories and concepts and people's like stories and their lives and their and it's like most of the community is open-minded enough to give the benefit of the doubt and have a where you suspend your disbelief when listening to the stories of others, because I mean it's a lot of it's like it's hard to like fathom and hard to like process as something that's like in the real like
yeah.
some of the stuff I saw early on, like in and around college and right after like the portal thing, like just, I mean,
it's hard to explain, right? Because it's everything that we've not been like shown or taught about. Like, you know what I mean? It goes against everything that like is normal. You know what I mean? Like then when these paranormal things start happening, or these like things that go against the matrix of the fabric of reality, that, like bend the fabric of reality.
Yeah, but vibration does that. Like
yeah.
It opened after I sang the song "Dreamer" that I had written in Boise.
Yeah,
that was like the first song I ever wrote, and it just had really good like acoustics in this. It was in this tunnel, like it goes under a land bridge, and there's a creek that runs through the tunnel. That's why there's a tunnel there.
That's cool.
As an easement or like an access for the creek to make it. It's a tributary of the New River, which is arguably the oldest known river on the planet. Like in the Nile, and a few others flow north in the northern hemisphere, and pre-exists the last polar shift. We have these salamanders that are like this long, called hellbenders.
Yeah.
And they have arms and legs, and they're like it's just this big ass fucking lizard. Your kid, one of those runs in between your legs.
Yeah.
when you're standing in the playing in the river and shit.
Wow.
You think you're seeing an alligator.
Oh man, that would be scary. That would be freaky, honestly.
They're ancient. The Appalachia is like the most diverse place on the planet for salamanders. It's just one of those, just microclimates or a series of microclimates.
Yeah.
For it.
That's interesting. I didn't know they were big there. Like, Appalachia.
Well, they're also really small too. You can find really small ones too. But yeah, and that's hellbenders are crazy.
Where would you say all Appalachia encompasses? Would it be West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina?
Appalachia Trail runs from Georgia to Maine.
Okay, so that's pretty far up the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean it goes all the way up, and then if you take Europe and the British Isles and you squish them all together back into like a puzzle, like Ireland and Scotland and that part of Europe is the same topography as the Appalachian Mountains. It was the same mountain range before plate tectonics ripped it apart.
Yeah, so you believe in Pangea, one world. There was once the whole world was connected and it fits together like a puzzle, right?
Well, I think that there's been like lots of different renditions of Pangea and the one continent, and then two, and it has a lot to do with the spin and rotation of the Earth and weight distribution, where things are. It's like right now we got this oscillation in the poles, and it's always kind of like it spins, oscillates, and the pole actually makes like an oval. But you remember a few years ago when all the birds started falling out of the sky, that
was weird.
That was a polar shift, like a mild polar shift, just a few, like a few feet, few inches. Like the North Pole moved.
I was gonna say it seemed like it got colder here where I'm at, like in Pittsburgh. So I would imagine when things happen like that, it can cause climates to change in other places. Like
if it's something like a rock coming in fast and hitting like a landmass and like just causing the whole fucking planet to go into just the plates to like just kind of like to collide and move more freely, and like it would liquefy, like but it goes straight through the fucking crust into the mantle and all that shit, and like just make massive explosions of lava into the fucking into the atmosphere, and then all the ash and shit from that would block out the sun for like 10 years. Everything would freeze and be a huge ice age. And just like last time.
Damn. It seems like we're good. I was gonna say it seems like we're going into like a mini ice age almost. That's what it does seem like. I mean, because I've noticed like when I said it got colder here, like I remember back in the day, like when I was growing up, like like you get 3-4 months of good weather here, but like when the summer it would get really hot and it would be hot at night, it'd be like 80-90 degrees. Now here in the summer, you got to go outside with a jacket on because it's like it gets cold at night in the summer. It's weird.
We also have trends and we have fluctuations in yearly temps. Like they'll come like in blocks. You're familiar with fractals, right? Like you get self similarity, and you get the same pattern really small is really big, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of that's one way to describe like the the intensity and like change in the weather. Like it'll peak like the same way if you looked at the fractal as a sine curve, or to show like where it would be at any given time, like in the movement of the change in temperature, like cooler weather, warmer weather, more extremes, just in general in the same years for a couple of years, and then it kind of milds out for a while, and then you have bigger patterns than that like they're like warming and cooling cycles that are longer term, and things are affected by the Atlantic conveyor, which is how it moves the water in the Atlantic Ocean from the tropics up through the Gulf Stream, which is why we get nice warm, kind of water. And you go to California, it's fucking freezing, even in San Diego.
Yeah.
So that there's coming from the opposite. It's coming from the north down along above Point Conception. You can't get in the water without a dry suit.
Is it that Gulf Stream that the Gulf Stream that's over in Florida that pushes that, or what is that?
The Gulf Stream, it affects it for sure. I mean, it affects water currents, and the water currents affect the Gulf Stream too.
Yeah.
But the North Atlantic conveyor, it comes up to the Gulf of Mexico, through the Caribbean, up the East Coast, right? And then it gets up into like Nova Scotia, and then it goes across the Atlantic Ocean, and it cools off. It's going north, it's cooling off. And when it does that, that portion of the water movement, or the river inside the ocean that's moving the water, goes down, drops down, and then it goes up into Greenland, Iceland, the whole fucking Scandinavian, up the British Isles, and does a loop back to the left, and then I guess that it's still on top as it goes up, and as it makes the loop, it cools down, and then it drops down underneath, almost like a Mobius strip.
Yeah.
And then goes down to the top of Africa, and then turns around and goes back up, like right about the equator, and then comes up, works his way back up through the Caribbean again. It warms up as it goes down to the equator, and then it warms and cools, but it does like a figure eight, right? And like the year that Frankenstein was written, and they called that the year without a summer, or the little ice age. And it's because the North Atlantic conveyor, or the Atlantic conveyor, it failed. It stopped because there was too much cold water coming out, or warm water, or water like, I guess thawing maybe, and from the glaciers, and it was changed the dynamic from what it would normally be, to where the Atlantic conveyor just stopped, and that's what causes the seasons.
Wow.
So or in a big way, that and tilt of the earth, of course, but so that year, it was like that was the year that Frankenstein was written. Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein. It was just dark, dreary. It was winter all year, basically. There's no food, like the food shortages and stuff, because things don't grow in the wintertime. And it was fucked up. But they called that the little ice age, 1850s or something like that.
Yeah.
1830s maybe, I can't remember. When was Frankenstein written? Mary Shelley wrote it. And anyway.
I can look. That's interesting, though. We kind of covered a lot. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, Tony, before we sign off or whatever?
I think that we should get together and talk about that thing about the thing with the thing and the thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not going to hold it, you guys. We're not going to like not tell you what the thing is, but maybe not right this now. Yeah, we got to get off air and give me a shout when you get some energy.
Yeah, we got. I'd like to plan a trip, man. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
I've been wanting to read to you the report that I wrote, and tell you the story about that and some other weird shit back when I first started the nonprofit organization. That was another time that was when I first realized I was being observed and targeted and suppressed. And we could read through the report, and because we did that one show on the tech shootings, and this is this was my response to it, and how I took what was processed by the government agencies as far as suggesting programs and different things as ways to address the things that caused and cause like violent outbursts a lot of times, campus violence and stuff.
Yeah.
And and so I wrote this report, and like I was having it printed, and then I got a call saying they were done at Kinko's in Asheville, North Carolina. I went to go pick them up. When I got there, the clerk was all nervous and sweaty, and like he told me that they didn't have any order for me, and I hadn't been there, and I'm like, bro, we talked for like 20 minutes yesterday. It was weird, and he was the one that had called to tell me they were ready. I showed him, on my phone, and he assured me, and he was nervous as shit, like pale, like and sweating, and so after we left, we drove around the back to the dumpster and opened it up, and there were my 40 copies of this like 26-page report that I'd written that were shredded.
What? Holy shit, man.
Somebody got in touch with that kid and scared the shit out of him. He got him to in like, I don't know, maybe an hour period of time, call me to let me know they were ready until I went to go get them.
What was in those papers? Was it pretty damning towards CTE, would you say? And like,
no,
it
didn't have anything to do with CTE. It was about the shootings at Tech.
Oh, about the shootings, yeah.
And about the precursor of what happened to lead up to that, and then how it could have been a teaching moment and learning moment as a way to improve things. Instead, Tech just kind of like did window service, and or like window dressing, I guess, like not doing much, looking like having like these things that say they're doing stuff that don't really do anything but damage control. And it's weird.
Yeah, and guys, like Tommy's invested in Virginia. For people that don't know, Tommy played football for Virginia Tech. He set records there, so he has like a connection to the school. Like you also saw something behind those shootings, honestly. Like, right, you saw something that triggered it all, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot that we could still unravel with that. I've been finding things that happened like I'll tell you about like the former like executive director of the Cook Counseling Center. I ended up meeting his stepdaughter, who had me come over to his house when they were out of town. She was living there. I just moved back to Blacksburg, and then like I had like half a drink, and next thing I know, I'm like coming to in a different room with my clothes folded at the foot of the bed, and weird as shit.
That is weird.
And like the head of the head psychiatrist there, like right before that, he'd actually left the job. I don't know if he lost his job or if he was fired or let go or what, but he had seen the kid that was the shooter, and as as a counselor, because he had been kind of ordered by campus police to speak to somebody a couple of times from some other incidents. But like he just bought the two guns like less than like 4 months before. Never had any like experience with him before. It was like a 9mm and a 22. And
oh my god!
And it was just one of those things that it seemed like there was a state trooper that was talking about it, and he's like, for somebody to be able to have that little like experience with firearms and have those two specific firearms, that it would have been pretty much damn near impossible for like a trained like mercenary assassin to be able to do it. And they said the doctors, the emergency doctors said that it was very surgical, like shoot, like it aimed very surgical, like 2 to the chest, 1 to the head.
Oh,
And,
that's
and it's he supposedly unalived 2 people in a dorm, and then left, changed clothes, walked off campus to the post office, mailed a videotape to NBC of him like posing and doing all the, you're the reason I did this, like his manifesto, I guess.
Yeah.
And it also turned out that the IAC in reverse,
Oh,
they were
CIA.
they're on campus that whole week before, running drills and doing shit. The day of the shootings, Tech took down a bunch of pieces of their webpage that talked about the relationship with the CIA and Virginia Tech, and they do a lot of recruiting out of there. They run psyops out of there. I mean, there've been a bunch of them. Like the following fall, I mean, the shootings. Cho shot these 2 kids. There's an RA and somebody in the dorm, and then went and mailed this. Came back, changed clothes, got the weapons and stuff. Went back across campus, chained the doors, and then unalived another 30 people and wounded another 25, and went through like an astronomical amount of ammo in there's like less than 20 minutes in that building.
Oh my God, that's like insane shooting. Like to be able to, I mean, it's like, how is that?
Well, because he had a 9mm and a 22. I mean, it's hard to.
Yeah.
I mean, 22, man, it can do a lot of damage, but it can also bounce off somebody's fucking, bone.
Yeah.
Like if it hits in a certain way, it won't,
Yeah.
And yeah, so, but the emergency doctor said it was like very surgical, like it was like trained, mercenary. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Everybody, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. That was and then he would have to change clips and put ammo in clips. Like it said, it would have been difficult for somebody that was trained mercenary, like special forces, to be able to like fire that many rounds in that short a period of time.
I know, that's insane.
Not to mention the whole like the dorm, when the dorm thing first happened, like they had stopped somebody that had been in an argument with somebody in the dorm, and they had guns in the back of their truck. They were, hunters, kid, have the gun rack in the back window of the truck. That's pretty normal. So they stopped that kid, and they thought they had the shooter. But then Homeboy's out doing his thing and going, sending himself to the mail. It's just a lot of like, it takes a big campus, and like where he lived in Pritchard was like, or West AJ, it was like it's like that's all the way across campus from the other side of campus that then you walk across the street to the post office. Well, then he came back to get the weapons, and then went back across to the academic building that wasn't that was on the same side as where the post office and everything is. It was just up across the drill field from Tech. I mean, from most of the dorms, Tech, and it just the plausibility of it's kind of like wild. And the thing is, in the paper that I wrote, I didn't focus on any of that shit. I just took the recommendations of Bush ordered a study to see what could have been done to prevent this, or and so you have like the heads of Department of Education, Department of Human Services, and like the DOJ, et cetera, all like examine like from their perspective what could be done to prevent that type of thing in the future. And they had this list of like suggestions. So I took that list of suggestions and one by one went down and made programming and outreach information and supports and programming and like in person like facilitation, working with like individuals or groups as a way to tap into people's creativity and their want to express themselves in a way that ends up being extremely emotionally cathartic and like and helps us like cope with life. I mean, that's what music and art and all those things kind of do, making them like experiencing them, as as an observer, like it's life is art, like it's if we apply ourselves in the same way we do with the things that we really pour ourselves into in the details, you know what I mean, and like taking care of the fine small, when the small details are taken care of, the bigger things kind of fall into place. It's like
I agree.
It's like sharpening the details. It's like sharpening the focus on a camera. When you're filming, all of a sudden it draws the audience in.
I agree. Yeah. It's a weird. Well, this world's weird, right? I don't know. It's like it could be like if you compare it to art, it could be something really crazy, and one and then it can be beautiful like the next. You
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah. And the thing is, art is what you make it. What you do is an art.
yeah.
It's an art form. Like
And
talking.
I guess people say we're sorry, I mean, but we're supposed to be here to be creative, right? We're supposed to be, like
Yeah,
creator
like
beings or something.
in the analogy of the creator and being made in the image of the creator. Well, what's the image of the creator? It's a creative being, right? So
Yeah.
we thus become co-creative like co-creative uh, entities with the creator, and we are part of co-creation, and that's the whole like becoming like quantum projector, to where seeing what we want, like envision what that is, and then just focusing on that shit, and the things that we need to make a line to get to that destination will start coming to us from the future as we move towards them.
That's
In
cool.
in any function fashion of your life. I mean, like so there sometimes things take time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes they happen fucking instantaneously. I mean, I've had that happen. Like my mentor out in California was trying to teach me, about. He was part of the New Earth Army and stuff. Like he's like the remote viewing. I think I told you about Daryl before.
Yeah.
He was like he's like, we're sitting there and talking about what's going on, and like what we kind of need to make the next steps. And it's like literally somebody walks up and says, and just starts, just kind of launches into a conversation, and then they're like, "Hey man, my band and my buddies, we just moved here from like Wisconsin, and we brought this little trailer and we moved a bunch of stuff in. If you want or you need it for like what you're doing this thing, you can have it." And I used that to move back to Virginia. It was a little Datsun pickup truck, like rear end with a camper shell on it. But and like this, like just before that, somebody had offered to give us the harvest of all these blood oranges, the blood orange trees that they had, and that we take and sell it like the farmers markets. Because I started this thing called the Center for Integrated Arts. It was like a collective of artists and musicians, and we had rented a house that had been built by one of Disney's Imagineers. So it's this big, nice like ranch house. In the backyard, it's like little trails and stuff all through. With there's half scale like railroad track with carts that you push things around on, and had
Wow.
7 gas fed like fire pits throughout it. All these like edible like fruit and nut trees and stuff, and then there was an outdoor kitchen and these 2 big ponds and a waterfall, and that was perfect for like a natural outdoor like venue.
That sounds so cool.
For
That
music.
sounds so cool.
And then like Buddy had a little record label and was setting it the recording studio up in the garage portion of it. And another one of the residents living there was a photographer, and then we were just it was almost like a musician artist like country club where you come schedule time, you come up there, hang out, do things, be on the grounds, because it's like it's really like beautiful and peaceful. There's like part of an old Model A, just as like a piece of like yard art in it, and just wild. It's like one of Disney's Imagineers like built this thing, and it was cool. It was in Eden, right next to Escondido, Eden Valley.
Yeah. I think I'm interviewing a trafficking victim tomorrow. I think it's settled, but that my friend Amanda Joan of Hart, she she wants to help trafficking victims and stuff like that. So she asked me if I would do the interview with her, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. I think that's at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm interested to see what happened. Like, usually those are horror stories. You know what I mean? Like when that's like. I feel bad for the people that don't make it back, Like I feel for everyone involved in that. But I mean, like some people don't make it back, right? And then some people are even taken off planet and used for, God knows what, which is even more insane.
Yeah, it is.
It's fucking crazy.
The higher probability of it being that way than not. I mean, they got 800,000 kids a year.
That's a lot. That's an 800,000
just in the United States.
That's how many people go missing every year, or what?
Children
go missing. Wow, man. Man, if I was a parent, I'd be, just guard your kids. If I was a parent, I'd guard my kids with my life.
Where do they go?
What's that?
Where do they go?
I don't know. I mean, I've heard that, people are taken off planet, but someone said, I think Carrie Cassidy said she thought that people are being taken off planet to start another civilization somewhere. But then other people think that, people are being taken off planet for more nefarious reasons, like
for catering services.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah,
like a little bit of long pig on a half shell. That's what the Maori used to call the folks that would come there and call that the missionaries. They call the missionaries long pig. Long pig. They're headhunters, they're cannibals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wonder if they made like Carolina style long pig barbecue, pulled pork.
So can you? Ben Charge wants to know, can you play one more song for us? Because she wasn't here for the first one.
Yeah, I can do that.
Dude, that's awesome. The first one was amazing. So here you go, Ben Charge, and Jason says he runs to request Moonshine.
Okay, I can do that. So I do have a couple new videos I put out for some songs. Pilgrim's Passage and Moonshine I put out on YouTube and TikTok and on Rumble, and I'm getting ready to relaunch that album.
By the way, send me all your links. I'll post all your new links, like your new TikTok and your new YouTube, and and all that stuff. And I think I have your links though too. I think I have them. But where can people find you? Like, where's the best place? Like, where would you want them to follow you most? YouTube, TikTok, both?
Quantum Field Party. hey, y'all coming to the Quantum Field Party? Hey, get ready. It's a rave. In your own kind of deal, you just all everybody get down and get down, get up, and get down, right? and y'all can get together in the actual field, and or a living room, or like I don't know, limousine, or like maybe the back of a pickup truck, or like like a tire dump. Make sure you take your bug spray, because lots of skeeters down there at the tire dump. It's it is what it is, and we all gonna get together. Introverts unite alone on your own terms.
That was great.
That's like anarchists unite.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way. Yeah. There's they say that 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do.
Jennifer says
party. Yeah, live from the Quantum Field Party. We're gonna have the Traphouse Cotillion, Queen of the Ball at the Quantum Field Party, down in.
Oh, he cut out. I'll wait.
Snack pack. Today's fun fact. We're out of snack packs.
You came back. You cut out for a second.
Yeah, they were trying to stop me from promoting the Backtrack Crab Shack, because it's in Traphouse Cotillion, because Traphouse Cotillion is becoming a movement.
Yeah. Maybe you should end with that. Yeah, that's that. Maybe that. Like,
let me do Moonshine, because he requested it, and then I'll take us out with Traphouse Cotillion.
That sounds good.
Okay. Let me tighten this up real quick. Sorry, I pulled it out of whack. Hey, you can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever tried to fish?
I couldn't hear you.
You ever tried to tune a fish?
That's funny.
Yeah, you can't. Sorry, it gets all out of tune when I pull on the strings and bend them all like that. Let's see. First of all, I wrote this song right after I came home to an eviction notice on the place I just moved into like 4 days earlier, and it was like a 10-day, 3-day pay or quit or some shit like that. And the person that I paid to rent the room from, they took that money, like last month's rent and that last and like deposit, and they was gone.
Wow.
And, yeah. So like I didn't have much money left. But I was optimistic. It was in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, right down there. Mickey Spillane, the guy who wrote the Mike Hammer series of detective books. He was my neighbor, and sitting there in the full moon was hanging out over the over the inlet there, in the middle of the day, like afternoon. So I ended up writing this tune. Well, I was born on Six Acre Mountain. Was raised with the wind at my back. Carried the water for the seeds that my papa planted. And I hit the road, I ain't never looking back. It'll be alright, it'll be okay. Moonshine in the daytime, gonna wash it all away. It's gonna be alright, it's gonna be okay. Gonna be alright, searching for a better way. Supper time one evening seemed like yesterday. Papa raised his hand to me, and I knew I could not stay. Rode with my heart inside and my head up in the clouds. I tried to live your dream for you, but the static got too loud. It'll be alright, it'll be okay. Moonshine in the daytime, gonna wash it all away. It's gonna be alright, you know it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be alright, searching for a better way. Said, Mama, don't you worry, I'm just trying to find my mind. Taking on the world with some rhythm and my rhyme. See a light on the road up ahead that's calling my name. Well, I tell you that I want you to know, and it's the money and the fame. Well, it'll be alright, it'll be okay. Moonshine in the daytime, gonna wash it all away. Well, it's gonna be alright, well, you know it's gonna be okay. Moonshine in the daytime, gonna wash it all away. Hold on. Taking time on a snowboard through the circles of my life. Hurt the ones I love the most. I lost my family and my wife. Feeling low from the shadows I know as they creep up from behind. Open wide, just lengthen my stride to hit the wall inside my mind. And it'll be alright, it'll be okay. Moonshine in the daytime, gonna wash it all away. Gonna be alright, you know it's gonna be okay. Well, it's gonna be alright, searching for a better way. Be alright, it'll be okay. Be alright, it'll be okay. Be alright, it'll be okay. Moonshine in the daytime, gonna wash it all away. Yeah.
Man, that was insane, Tommy. Holy shit, man. That was really good. You're like really good, man.
Thank you.
Like, it's insane, dude. It's I lost for words. Like, you know, like people in the audience are loving it, you know? Like this is amazing.
Cool.
Like,
I'm glad you guys enjoy it.
Dude, it's like we should do a full you should do a full concert or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
the Quantum Field Party. Quantum Field Party. I've been saying that for like months, y'all. Quantum Field Party.
We should. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll call it a Quantum Field Party. Well, I guess we could have like I don't know how you want to do it.
I've got a couple friends that are comedians that would want to do like a set, you know, and like maybe a couple other musicians.
Oh, making an event. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's make it an event. Fuck yeah. But do you think we should have like people speak to, or just make it like light, like music, comedy, like?
Yeah, I mean, what they have like you know, to have like an MC, you know, get you an MC and then we'd have people like pop in and do like little cameos.
Yeah.
You know, and just you know, like a couple minutes, so like if it were like a production, like that would have been like. I need to stop saying like so many times. I sound like
I do that too. I
sound like I'm about, you know, I got up syndrome. So yeah, that'd be something really fun. I think to be able to coordinate that, to have some people, just everybody at different locations, you know, and have like the on screen, and be able to switch back and forth from a couple cameras or from a couple locations just like they would for like you know, a sports broadcast. They all of a sudden they're up in the commentary, just like you see them, and then the commentator's talking, but it's a shot of the field, you know, like production, you know.
That would be cool. Hell yeah.
When I was moving back from California, we went to Sid. I cannot remember his last name. He was one of the innovators of early television. Like it was his idea to do multi.
Oh shit! He just went out. Did he go out on you guys too?
Of the I Love Lucy show. He was one of the producers of that, and he created Miss America and the what you call it New Year's Eve with Dick Clark at Times Square. He those were all his like ideas. Sid anyway, we went to his house. He was like 85 out in Palm Springs, and it was hilarious. He made a little pizza, rolled up a couple joints, made some cocktails, and then about half hour after dinner, his wife is the Swedish model. It's about 30 years younger than him. She's like, "Now you guys have to leave. Sid needs to go get his rest." we hung out and swam in the pool, but good dude. Cool. Those one-off kind of events that like the Thanksgiving Day parade, Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Those kind of things, they become like, institutions, and it's just somebody's half brain, half cocked idea that they got convinced enough people to do,
Dude, here in Pennsylvania, they have Groundhog Day. It's hilarious. I'm sure you know about this because you've had to hear. I mean, like I know you know about Groundhog Day.
Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah, they have the. You probably saw the movie too, but like they have a huge festival. It's crazy. Like it's like, it's like but it was something that was like this groundhog's going to predict the weather or whatever. But it turned more into like when I went and when I was like. I went one time when I was 21 years old, and this is before they changed it, but they changed it. But when I was in when I was 21, it was a madhouse. I mean, it was like a huge college party is what it was like, but they just happened to have hotels and bed and breakfast. I don't think they had bed and breakfast then, but they had or maybe they did. Yeah. But I don't know. But, it was insane, man. It was it was the biggest party. It was a huge party for a groundhog. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Like you said, these things become institutions, and they
it's something. What we should do? We should create an excuse to get drunk.
That's exactly what it is, right?
And we can print some T-shirts and sell them. Charge everybody $5 at the door. sell little stuffed teddy bears, but instead of teddy bears, it'd be groundhogs.
Yeah, that's about what it is too.
Put a little top hat on it.
It's crazy, right? It's like
Ned Flanders.
I remember. Yeah, from the movie Ned Flanders. Yeah, that was a great movie. It makes me think about like what happens here in our reality, like how many Groundhog Days we have, or like things
that's quantum superposition, homie. He just got stuck in a loop.
Wow. Oh, that's insane. But so do you like back when I gotta go soon, but like do you think that wait a minute, are there like other versions of ourselves experiencing other realities right now and other timelines?
Where you took a left, the other you took a right. Every time you took a left or a right. Every time you made this decision, it multiplies in this little split tangents that happen because in superposition it did and it didn't happen each time, and then every combination of those.
Dude, that's so fucking crazy. That's intense. And so you're saying that we're living in a holographic simulated reality, basically.
Now I'm saying that maybe. But
and we're like characters that can in that reality. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean characters, yes. Just we are the reality, and at the same time, it's all kind of an illusion, and it is this big just quantum computer.
Wow.
And we are we are sentient, co-creators and encoders. It's like when we visualize stuff and we focus on it and we believe it and we have faith, we're writing code into the matrix with our minds.
Wow.
And it draws the things that we need to us. Now, if you focus on shitty stuff, you get shitty stuff. If you focus on good stuff, you get good stuff. Not all the time, but it moves in a direction. Like your life, you have better quality of life if you have the better your outlook on things, even if your situation is awful.
Yeah.
So you may do Traphouse Cotillion?
Oh shit! Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I zoned out. It's from the week.
Did you stop taking the Strucker speed or something? Boys and girls at home, he doesn't take trucker speed or anything. It's just those vitamin B2 shots. Been a while since I did it. Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion. Shake it for me, baby, because you're one in a million. Street smart, sweetheart, slinging dope black days, sweetheart. She's a big ballin' bitch, high gasoline, eating Zanny bars, flipping trampolines. Get the badass hoes in the limousine. They wanna roll up in your lap and lick your ding-a-ling. Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion. Etiquette, predicate, chemical feeling. Traphouse Cotillion. Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion. Etiquette, predicate, chemical feeling. Traphouse Cotillion. Well, it's the latest, greatest, greasy, gravy. Bridget, Betty, Barbie, and Baby. Up all night, up all day, rocking to the rhythm of the microwave. I said beep, 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 beep. Traphouse Cotillion. Traphouse Cotillion. Traphouse Cotillion. Etiquette, predicate, chemical feeling. Traphouse Cotillion. Bridget, Betty, Barbie, and Baby. Latest, greasy, greasy, gravy. Ringworm, serenade, say, tapeworm, promenade, say, Clero, Seacoat, got it made. I got a bowling ball back, 1 billion weight, 16 pounds with my falling weight. I'm on tree hunting like every day. I say, bacon, 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 and an RC called. I said, Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion. Shake it for me, baby, because you're one in a million. Work, work, work. Gotta twerk, twerk, twerk. Touch a little baby, make a jerk, jerk. Lick a little kitty, make a squirt, squirt. And Traphouse Cotillion, Traphouse Cotillion. Bitches eating cornbread. I got me a girl with her name's Darlene. She's the sexiest thing on the trap house scene. Don't fuck with her slacks, cause she's crazy mean. More tiger blood than Charlie. She is a trap house. Cotillion, Cotillion, Trap House, Cotillion, Chartreuse, and Trap House Vermilion. Trap House, Cotillion. Shake it for me, baby, because you're one in a million. predicate, chemical feeling. Traphouse Cotillion. Stick around for the Traphouse Cotillion Battle Royale. Winner eats the cornbread. Yeah.
Man, that was amazing, Tommy. That was a great way to end it. I mean, that's amazing. Dude.
Hey,
like
next time I might bust out the new song, Cornbread.
Oh yeah, definitely. This was this. Yeah, definitely.
It's the sequel to Traphouse Cotillion, which was the sequel to Stank on It.
Oh man, that's man. We got to do a full concert. You know, we have to do a whole. We should.
Yep, Stank on It.
Like I'd love to have you back, dude. Like this is amazing, man. This is amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I had fun. I always have fun.
I want to know, are you on Spotify?
I consider you one of my closest friends, you know, and appreciate what you do. It's vital to the community to have a voice and a platform to be able to share. It helps heal. It helps bring people together to where they don't feel so isolated, you know, and you know, sometimes not feel just completely out in left field, or you know, like constant question. And is it just me? Am I the one that's crazy? The world around me, you know.
Yeah. Fuck, yeah. Man. I
agree. Hey, check this out. One of my new paintings. It's that's Frankenberry Crunch.
Yeah, that's so sick, man. I love that. That's awesome.
And that's Darth Vader's first, fourth, and seventh wife.
Wow. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, she was his fourth favorite wife.
That's funny, man. How do you do those? Like, is that like a? That's amazing, man.
Piece of plywood I painted on.
Wow.
I just got spray paint and like sketched out just kind of the basic shape of it, and then I kind of like, you know, like triangulate, you know, like I try to get as much as I can into looking how I want it to, and then I'll, you know, get the form the way I want it, and then the colors, and try to figure out what's going on. I probably, you know, I've painted this painting. How many times did I paint this thing? Like 4 times over the same painting. So I got what I wanted. It's kind of like, let me see, turn the radio light on. That regular light sucks here. Let me. Here you go. That's under black light. This is with regular light.
Man, that is insane.
Frankenstein.
That's
I got a bunch of Frankenstein stuff I painted.
Those guitars look really cool too.
Yeah, this one I'm putting back together. It belonged to a country music star named Ricky Van Shelton. It was his grandson's left at the house when he moved out. It's in pieces. The neck and the body aren't attached, but I put a resonator cone on the inside to make it kind of like a, you know, give it kind of a dobro kind of vibe. This is a guitar I turned into a baritone.
Wow. Do you do like punk too, or something like that? Like you?
Yeah. I mean, I had kind of a pseudo like punk blues, speed blues band, but it's just kind of a mix of it kind of everything that hits me, you know. I played, you know.
Dude, that picture of that woman is amazing. Holy shit, man, that's next level. Can you go closer to that? Can I see that, dude? That's amazing. Holy shit, man. Did you do that? Is that you too?
Yeah.
Tommy, dude, that's amazing, man. Holy shit, dude. That's like guys in the audience, isn't that amazing? That's fucking mind blowing, dude.
The-
That's
the-
next
the-
level shit, dude. I mean, I love art, dude. Like, but like
Yeah.
that is next level. That is next level. Holy shit, man. That was insane. Like, that was wow. Like, you're an amazing artist, man. Like, I've never been able to be like that. I've never been able to be that good with art. Like,
you got a different you got a different art, you know.
Yeah, like it's a knack though. Like people that are, people that are able to do that, it's amazing. Like I don't know how you do it. Like
you, your art is the art of like facilitating conversation, and sparking, like, you know. Like, you ever seen an owl snorkeling before?
That is so cool.
and these are imaginary fish that don't exist.
Wow.
I mean, they're real fish, but they're imaginary versions of themselves.
Do you sell your art, Tommy, or you just keep?
I do. I sell it. There's Argyle rockfish, and there's a Florida racing sunfish. It was Miami Vice, to be exact.
Those boards look cool.
Well, that one of them's yours.
Oh man! Oh yeah. That's fucking cool.
That one's yours. The one on the right, Frank. But
yeah, I love that, man.
I love the Mad magazine. What me worried.
Yeah.
It kind of everything's kind of falling apart, and he's like, "What me worry?" The world's literally on fire behind him. There's a tire fire down the hill, and nuclear reactors that are overheating in the background, and Sasquatch back there like dumping some toxic waste.
Yeah.
UFOs up in the sky.
That's cool, man.
He's like, "What me worry?" There's Bride of Frankenstein. I don't know if I ever showed you these. These are Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein when they're in high school. The brain dead Betty. Frank, he holds the record for most joint replacements with all of them. That's I'm trying to see it.
That's insane, man. That's spray paint, huh?
Well, it's spray paint and paintbrush. These are little ones, like these are like magnets.
These look like MK Ultra style and inspired, you know. Like mixed with horror, mixed with like horror genre, like, you know, like I don't know, like
some stuff like this. This I did this right before Halloween a couple years ago. I got like the weird faces. Like this is Frankenstein. This is Ronnie Mac back in the early 70s when he was in his anti-corporate phase. He's like, nobody's gonna make me dress out to be.
Is that Frankenstein as the Pope down there? Is that Frankenstein dressed up as the Pope in one of them?
No, it's Frankenstein dressed up as the Grand Poobah with Mickey Mouse ears on.
Oh, that's cool. And then there's a
Frankenstein right there. That's like, you know, Mr. Hyde.
Oh, wow.
That's the snowboard dude.
Yeah, that's the picture I was talking about. The one right there. The one like not up a little bit and to the right. Like I'll go up a little bit. That one. I was like, that's interesting. This
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just like a skull dude with an army hat on. I don't know. It could be Frankenstein, I guess, but not Pope hat. That's good imagery though. I need to do that. The Franken-Pope.
Yeah.
Check out Frankenstein. This is Malibu Frankie, done in Barbie colors. And this is a Darth Vader back when he was having one of his side hustles. He's like, "Who wants balloon animals?" He's trying to get the money, hustle the money together to get the ball rolling on the Death Star after it got blown up the first time. This is Mr. Ghost. This is, hey y'all, how you doing? Caution sign here. And this the Beyond the Box. I made that when I was on the show there.
That's cool.
Guitar, and then just like, and like kind of like abstract with some like symbol. There's your Pac-Man. Frank N. Stein. This is the old Prospector. The Love series, Pink Flamingos. What's that?
Oh, that's a cool. That was like a Frankenstein lady or something. Like,
yeah, kind of. And then Monarch Mouse.
That's cool.
And then Lady of the Lake, Rhino, and then you got just the old Jolly Roger. You got Stoned Alien.
These are the ones that reminded me of like a more like psychedelic style, like those definitely like reminded me of like I said MK Ultra, but not that like psychedelic. It's more like a psychedelic style, it's pretty cool.
There's me in high school, freshman college maybe.
That's cool.
That's me as a little boy. I was like 2. Yeah, there's a picture of Elvis.
Damn, did someone meet Elvis?
Yeah.
No,
He's like when you use a whole saw, those are the drops. Make those into like little magnets and old like saw blades and shit. And here it is. It's the stuffatorium. I'm a little bit behind on my housekeeping in my kitchen here. It's all about the love, y'all. Yeah. These are all for sale. If anybody sees something they can't live without, I mean, and I do prints too, for a fraction of the cost of the original.
Yeah.
I got to show you. I got a painting on the ceiling up here. When you first come in the back door.
That's cool. That is really cool.
And that's a Amy Winehouse fish.
Why Amy Winehouse? Like
the eye makeup.
Oh, okay.
And I animated it with AI to make it say. They said I need to go to rehab, and I said no. Like Billy Bass.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Well, this was amazing. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We did a little bit longer tonight, but I loved it. Just thank you so much, Tommy. That was amazing, and we'll do this again soon. Thanks, everybody. Man. Have a good night, everybody.